Okay, if I could call us back to order for the meeting. Next up on the agenda is the Volunteer Award, something we look forward to every year. Ben?
Well, I want to welcome everybody. I'm Ben Page. I'm the Parks and Recreation Director. This is absolutely our favorite night of the year. It's the night that we get to celebrate the impact of all of our volunteers across our system. You're going to hear the word proud come up a lot tonight. We're really proud of all the ways we get to serve our community, whether it's programs in our recreational programming, it's the maintenance that we do in our parks, it's that front desk you all walk by to take your reservation to rent a shelter. But what we're especially proud about tonight is the impact we have with our volunteers and how well they engage with us. Sorry, catch my breath here from running out in Cation Town Carl. So, long story short, is this program started in 2009. That's not when we started using volunteers. That's when we started to have a volunteer award ceremony. And what has been really impressive to me over all those years is, as a director, you want to make sure when you create a program like this, you can sustain it and that the stories are still impactful 15, 16, 20 years later, right? And I can here to tell you that I've already seen the presentation, and every year I'm surprised that we have such amazing volunteers in our community. It's really what makes the mission work here in Des Moines Parks and Recreation, is you're going to hear really impactful stories. You're going to see some really amazing people that you think about what's happening in our world today. You think about the challenges of financing government. These are the people that are making those things work. Lastly, I want to say how proud I am of our staff. It takes, and you're going to hear Kelly, our quarterback, if you will, of all volunteers, it takes all of the staff to make this work. But it takes really good volunteer coordinators. They're sitting off to the left in Callie's team to make this work really, truly. And this year we had a really special thing happen, and I'm going to embarrass Callie just for a second. Across the nation, they pick about 3 leaders from every field, public and private sector, that run volunteer programs. And Callie was one of the 3 that was selected as the best of the best across the nation. So I don't know if I could give you a better introduction or give you better hype, but now it's your job to show this awesome show. So we'll walk down and let Callie take it from here.
Thank you, Director Page. Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem Gatto, council members, Chair Ballard, members of the Parks and Recreation Board. I'm Callie Leal Courtwright, Parks and Recreation Supervisor, Certified Volunteer Administrator, and Certified Public Manager. Thank you so much for joining us this evening for our 2025 awards to honor our volunteers and community partners. To kick this evening off, I'd like to start with a message for our volunteers from Mayor Connie Boesen.
Hello, everyone. I'm sorry I can't be there with you tonight to acknowledge all of the great volunteers, but I'm in Washington, D.C. at the U.S. Mayor's Conference. I wanted to thank all of you personally for all of the hard work that you did throughout the year of 2025. I've heard that over 4,100 volunteers did something for our Park and Rec Department, and that's truly amazing. And over 30,000 hours. That is a true commitment to our community, and you truly have made a difference. Volunteer work is essential to any thriving community, and I encourage you all to stay involved. I even do a little bit with the Trash Bash Day, where we get to go clean up this community, but we also get to meet our neighbors and know what a difference we can make in the neighborhoods where we are working. I want to thank you again for your service that you provided this past year, and look forward to seeing all of you back here next year. And to all the award winners, definitely congratulations for a job well done. Very deserving, and we hope you have a great new year. Hello.
Thank you, Mayor Boesen. We wish you could be here tonight. We do have so many things to celebrate. As an accredited service enterprise organization operating at the top 11% of volunteer engagement organizations nationwide, and as the first city Parks and Recreation Department in Iowa to achieve this certification, our team continues to work together to strategically leverage volunteer skills and expertise. For every dollar our city invests in volunteer engagement, we see almost double the return on our investment from our community into Des Moines Parks and Recreation. I've had the pleasure of sharing our team's success this year with other cities, counties, friends organizations, and other parks departments nationally. Not only does our staff support and engage volunteers throughout our award-winning department, but they themselves are volunteers. With support from our city manager and our leadership, they are giving back in the community. 41 staff volunteered 72 different times, donating hundreds of hours for a wide variety of events in Des Moines. Volunteering in the community helps them understand what it takes to make a great volunteer experience. It helps them come back to our department and keep our volunteers engaged in doing mission-driven work in our community. And I'm proud to announce in 2025, we had 4,195 volunteers donate over 30,000 hours of service, valued at over $1.1 million. That's 4 years in a row of more than $1 million of service donated to Des Moines Parks and Recreation. And as a result of that hard work, in the past 15 years, more than 53,000 unduplicated volunteers have donated over 402,000 hours of service. Their service is valued at $11.3 million. Our nationally recognized and award-winning Des Moines Parks and Recreation team that I'm so proud to be a part of continues to support volunteers in all areas of our department: administration, parks, planning, and recreation. But volunteer engagement doesn't just happen. It's planned, it's thoughtful, and it supports our mission of helping Des Moines live well, play hard, and protect the earth by connecting our volunteers with high-priority work our staff has identified. Oh, we can skip this one. And it has helped us continue to be ranked nationally, as seen here in our Trust for Public Lands number 14 ranking across the top 100 largest cities in the U.S. And it's helped us connect and create new partnerships and find creative ways to engage volunteers, such as our newly rewrapped trailer, courtesy of the Friends of Des Moines Parks, thank you, Sarah, with the integrated QR codes driving prospective volunteers to our opportunities. Special thanks to Beth as well for donating her graphic design skills. Or our community engagement team's coloring book, printing courtesy of the Friends of Des Moines Parks, and design donation by Michelle Bolton King of the After School Arts Program. Or engaging other volunteers with professional skill sets like Conrad Hawley, or as you'll hear about today, JEO Consulting. Volunteers are ready to meet our needs and push us to grow. It's an honor to work with all of our partners, all of you who volunteer to serve on our boards and committees, our honorees we're here to recognize this evening, and every Des Moines Parks and Recreation volunteer. As the author Herman Melville once said, we cannot live only for ourselves. 1,000 fibers connect us with our fellow men. And among those fibers, as sympathetic threads, our actions run as causes, and they come back to us as effects. Our volunteers are much like this. They are 1,000 threads connecting us, linking people to places and to one another. Tonight, we celebrate that connection, the kind that turns green space into gathering space, and neighbors into community, strengthening our bond we share with our parks and with each other. Our volunteers show us that when people come together with purpose, incredible things happen. Our trails become safer, our gardens grow, families feel welcome, neighbors meet for the first time and become friends. We connect generations and cultures, we turn care into action and ideas into impact. Parks are not just places we visit, they are places where we all belong. I share with you their stories tonight of how they are giving their time, their energy, and their heart. Because of our volunteers, our community is stronger and more connected and more alive. In 2025, volunteers adopted 39 parks and trails. But adoption doesn't just mean picking up trash. It means connecting with each other. Meetups after work with young professionals to clean a park, riding and cleaning trails with friends, or walking a neighborhood park with your family. Our volunteers are connected to the history of our community and those that have passed, working to keep their memories alive. For the first time since our Adopt a Block program has started in our cemeteries decades ago, all available blocks were adopted this year. And even when they don't cheer for the same team, volunteers connected over shared passion and purpose. They placed flags, lifted and restored monuments, and honored our veterans. and our volunteers connected through play in our parks and our community recreation centers, supporting programs such as our new Park and Play van, summer camp, and adaptive sports. They connected with the natural world around them, picking up trash, monitoring water quality, and restoring landscapes. And they connected through their love of sports and furry friends. There was laughter, smiles, and hot cocoa at our luminary hikes and Jingle Bell stroll, but more importantly, there were connections between generations of mothers and daughters, sisters and aunts. For many, volunteering is a family affair that pulls us away from the distractions in the world and pushes us towards each other, creating lifelong memories. Co-workers connected in Santa's workshop as letter writers, toy sorters, and elf shoppers. They connected to our community's history through their shared service and to memories of those that have passed. And as Melville said, our volunteers are not living for themselves, but instead are connected to each other. Thank you to the more than 4,100 volunteers that connected with us this year, bringing hope and happiness and new friendships and old, and working each day to make Des Moines better and brighter. The Claren Miles Mills Rose Garden is one of only 132 All-American Rose Selection public display gardens in the U.S., and it requires special care to keep its blooms looking their best. Since the 1930s, it's been a local gem, and this summer got a little extra love from our Rose Garden deadheaders. Every Thursday morning, a crew of enthusiastic volunteers joined parks maintenance worker Doug Faust and the ornamentals crew to deadhead spent blooms and keep the garden thriving. Doug demonstrated great leadership, working to coordinate the weekly work days with our volunteer engagement team, making sure tools and supplies were prepared, and staff were ready on site to support the volunteers. He engaged incredibly passionate and dedicated individuals, corporate volunteers, and Silver Cord students. With 46 volunteers contributing 126 hours in the garden, valued at over $4,300, the impact has been huge. One volunteer loved spending time among the roses so much, they didn't miss a week. Doug's outstanding leadership is helping to preserve one of the community's most cherished historical and horticulture landmarks. Doug also engages volunteers in areas outside the Rose Garden. He has been part of the last 9 playground builds as a team leader, supervising volunteers. And just as he does in the Rose Garden, he demonstrates patience, he's great at teaching, and keeps the volunteers safe, but also having a great time. Doug helps improve our community's wellness by providing more opportunities for play and ways to volunteer. Thank you, Doug, for everything you've done for Des Moines Parks and Recreation and our volunteers. Helping present his award this evening are Councilmember Simonson, Parks Manager Mike Gall, Park Superintendent Julie Hempel, and Field Coordinator Holly Hallman. For his demonstrated leadership and initiative with his team, our partners and our volunteers, growing new opportunities in our Rose Garden and our parks, please join us as recognizing Doug Faust as our 2025 Volunteer Supervisor of the Year. Please come forward, Doug. We're just going to flip the lights on. Squeeze, squeeze, turn sideways. More. A few more. Squeeze, squeeze. Perfect. Thank you. Mark Siegfried's leadership and dedication have been the heart of the North of Grand Neighborhood Association's flower program for the past 15-plus years. With his help, the North of Grand neighborhood has donated more than 5,100 hours, valued at more than $144,000, to create beautiful and inviting spaces in Des Moines as part of our neighborhood flower program. When Julie told Mark he'd won, he was the first to say it was a team effort. And he couldn't do this without the help of the entire neighborhood, of which I think some are here tonight to celebrate him. And I think a few are, right? Yeah, back here. It does take a team, but a team needs leadership, and Mark has spent years leading their neighborhood beautification efforts. The Neighborhood Flower Program is a unique partnership, and Des Moines Parks and Recreation and Greenhouse volunteers grow over 200,000 flowers for community groups to plant in public spaces, brightening up medians and street corners, parkways, and public land in Des Moines city limits. In fall, neighborhoods plan their beds, they submit their orders, and in spring, they organize their volunteers, pick up their flowers at the greenhouse, deliver, plant, and maintain them through the rest of the growing season. Mark is instrumental in organizing the logistics of the spring flower pickup and distribution for planting. But he doesn't just organize their order, he brings neighbors together year after year, coordinating dozens of volunteers, choosing and planting flowers on the corners and caring for them throughout the entire season. Over 30 corners were planted in the North of Grand Neighborhood Association last year, and Mark was able to add several more gardeners and beds to the program. In Mark's words, the Neighborhood Flower Program has been so important in creating our neighborhood identity, with dozens of residents planting bright spots throughout the entire neighborhood. And because of his commitment, their shared spaces continue to bloom, and the neighborhood is more connected and proud of the place that they call home. Mark's dedication goes beyond flowers. It's about showing up, bringing people together, and making our city a more welcoming place for everyone. Thank you, Mark, for all you have done over the years. Helping present his award this evening are Councilmember Mandelbaum, Parks Manager Mike Gall, and Parks Superintendent Julie Hempel. For his service over the past 15 years, giving his time and heart to beautifying Des Moines, please join us as we honor Mark Siegfried with a 2025 Special Volunteer Award. That's fine. Do you want one with the neighborhood too? Do you want them to come up, the neighborhood to come and take a picture with you? Sure. Yeah. Come on, neighborhood. Come on. Come on. Don't be shy.
It's a pretty choice group from 40 plus people.
Thank you. Mark, did you want to say anything? Mark, do you want to say anything? Did you want to say anything? Okay. I forgot to ask you. Jen Bramble, our longest-running volunteer yoga instructor, has made an incredible impact in our community. For 15 years, she has generously shared her time, energy, and expertise to help others move, breathe, and grow. In 2009, when the program began, they asked a yoga instructor what they thought the new program would be like. And they said, picture a warm summer morning in Iowa, the stillness of nature sprinkled with the normal chaos of life. the collective energy of an enthusiastic group of yogis, and you have an image of yoga in the park. As an inaugural Yoga in the Park instructor, she helped that vision become a reality and has provided thousands with free access to wellness, recreation, and community connection. She has helped us expand yoga offerings throughout the community as part of Yoga in the Park, Yoga at the Plaza, Yoga on the Lawn, Yoga at the Hub, Yoga in the Rose Garden, yoga, yoga, yoga. Jen's impact stretches far beyond a yoga mat. A trailblazer in the Midwest fitness scene since 1992, she's also a seasoned personal trainer, award-winning bodybuilder, and entrepreneur. Her innovative spirit and deep passion for whole body wellness have made her a sought-after coach and mentor. What made Jen truly special is the heart she brought into every Yoga in the Park class. In July 2025, Jen moved out of state, unfortunately, but left a lasting yoga and wellness legacy in Des Moines. We're happy to welcome her back tonight for the awards. Sorry, there's a delay in the slide. Helping present her award this evening is Director Ben Page, Recreation Manager Janice Steele, Special Event Supervisor Molly Rupert, and Field Coordinator Holly Hallman. For her longtime support bringing yoga in the park and improving the health of our community, please join us as we honor Jen Bramble with the 2025 Special Volunteer Award.
We're going to do yoga real quick.
Squeeze, squeeze. You guys want to step forward, squeeze in? Step forward a little. Can you get them? Yeah. Okay.
Face this way.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you so much, you guys. This is such an honor to be here and come back from Florida. I am now a Floridian, but I'm always a Des Moinesian at heart. And it's such an honor to get this because like Grays Lake is such a special place in the city, is it not? Like, what in the world has gone on there for how many years? 1993, remember what that was like? And then just to live here all my life and see it grow and be a part of that yoga community that Dennis Kelly started so long ago. I don't know if you know that story, but he was so inspired when he came back from Chicago many, many years ago, and he attended a class in the middle of Chicago, and he said it was like 600 people. And he said, I'm going to start that in Des Moines. And so when he started it, one of my first classes that year, I volunteered the first time, was 400 people. We're here. Do you remember there was a big movie thing going on in Iowa? Iowa production was huge. There was a movie being produced here. Some of the movie stars came to my class. I got to meet them afterwards. And just to see this program continue, try new things and be a part of those new things. Remember the year we went like, we're going to try it here in this month. And we're going to go over here. We went all over the city. And it was so much fun because you got to meet different parts of the city that got out because it was closer to their home or whatever. So thanks again. It's such an honor. Keep Grays Lake lovely, alive, and thriving. And please keep me on the email list because I'll fly back in a heartbeat to teach a class every summer for you all. And one of my favorite parts, I just wanted to know, was getting everybody out there and singing. That's my other love in life, is singing. And I don't know if you've ever attended my classes, any of you, ever? We'd get everybody singing, I'm a little teapot, hear me shout, tip me over and pour me out on like a standing side flexion bend. And it was the most adorable thing to wake up to on a Saturday morning. So keep the program alive. I'll be watching from afar, and I'll definitely fly back for a visit to teach again, for sure. Thank you.
Our 2025 Coach of the Year, Josh Saba, shows up for so many kids in our youth sports programs when it matters most. In Des Moines, he generously has given his time and heart across soccer, volleyball, baseball, football, and basketball, showing young athletes that commitment, teamwork, and respect matter just as much as winning. He coaches multiple teams for each sport so that he can coach all of his kids. He is one of our most requested and tenured coaches in our programs. And a parent wrote that what they liked most about the sport they were in was our coach, Joshua Saba. Besides great communication, weekly texts, and updates, he truly loves what he does. He's such an amazing guy who truly cares about the kids on and off the field. Our son has ADHD and has a hard time staying focused. Josh worked with him and found the best position for him to play and worked with him on it. He was so supportive. Our athletics team said, Josh has been really great to work with. He is very detail-oriented when it comes to his team plans and communication. He makes sure everyone is where they are supposed to be while having a great time. His impact goes far beyond the field or court. He builds confidence, creates a sense of belonging, and helps young people discover their strengths. Because of his leadership, countless kids feel seen, supported, and inspired to grow into their best selves. Our community is stronger because of coaches like him. Helping present his award this evening are Councilmember Barron, Recreation Manager Janice Steele, and Recreation Program Coordinator Alex Strajak. For his dedication, encouragement, belief in every child's potential, and embodying what youth sports should be, please join us as we honor Josh Saba as the 2025 Coach of the Year. Thank you. Josh, would you like to share? Here you go.
I wanted to say thank you because I was told I'm a teacher, instructional coach at Johnson School District. And my boss told me I need to be receptive of thanks more. So being up here is a way to do that. Because I'd always try to be, humble about it. Be like, no, that was because of this person and this person. And she's like, listen to me. You need to take thank you more and appreciate it. So I really do. And what I want to do tonight is give a thank you to the people who have helped me. First, my wife Allison back there, she lets me leave the house we have 4 kids. And we are also in the foster care system, so we have more than that. So she lets me leave the house a couple nights a week, and both Saturday and Sunday to play with kids and participate in their sports. So thank you, Allison. Love you. You're my rock. Then I also want to thank Alex, Mike, and Brooke, the people who give me the platform to do what I do with the kids. And then you guys doing all the behind-the-scenes stuff. I'm really grateful because I've come to you with I have parent concerns and they're mad at this or this situation, or it can get actually kind of too cumbersome, really. But thank you guys for that. I still have a 3-year-old at home, and I want to coach him through the system, so hopefully I'm around for another decade. And being able to coach all my kids and all their activities just means a lot to me as their dad. But apparently that parent who put me to tears back there appreciates me working with her son too. And it is fun, and I do thank the parents too for them saying, hey, are you going to coach again next year? I got a text last night from a soccer mom who said, are you coaching soccer next year? Because the registration just came out. And I was like, absolutely. Sign up, request me, please. That means a lot to me. Because I do try hard. I do try to communicate well. I do care about their kids, and I'm glad that they trust me with them. And then, of course, I want to thank the refs. Sometimes, well, thank you, refs. I will calm down. No, for the guys out on the soccer fields in the really cold, wet days, to the refs in the gym that's really loud, So just thank you, refs, for taking the time to do that, because without you, it doesn't work. I want to again thank the committee and everybody tonight for the platform of just letting us kids get together and play, have some fun, and develop those important skills to have on the court, but the most important skills to have off the court. And I just really appreciate the time I get to have with them. And thank you again, everybody, tonight. And of course, congratulations to the other award winners.
Lost your word. Tonight, we honor two volunteers, Mike Schaefer and Karen Stiles, for their second time as our Friends of the Year. These dedicated conservationists have gathered neighbors and friends to help protect the natural resources throughout Polk County, including our parks and waterways here in Des Moines. Karen and Mike began litter cleanup efforts in their neighborhood starting at Easter Lake Park and have continued their work upstream into Ewing and Allen Parks along Yater Creek. Their dedicated Easter Lake Watershed Stewards group has volunteered every month in 2025 to help clean creeks, parks, and roadways. No matter what the weather has been, they've walked the green spaces, waded along creek banks, and kayaked waterways to get the work done. In 2025 alone, they've donated over 2,400 hours to pick up over 5,500 pounds of litter and 650 bags of trash. Their dedication as stewards of our natural spaces has helped improve wildlife habitats, ecosystem functions, and beautified landscapes for all to enjoy. And in addition to coordinating litter cleanups, Mike and Karen also volunteer at Ewing Park for our water quality monitoring program to collect data on the health of Yater Creek. Their careful monitoring helps identify pollution early and support smart conservation decisions that benefit everyone downstream. They write up reports and they communicate often. Staff appreciate their organization and their follow-through. Mike and Karen also monitor bluebird boxes to survey bird populations due to habitat loss and population decline. In only 4.5 years, they and their group of Easter Lake Watershed Stewards have donated more than 8,400 hours valued at over $286,000. They've picked up more than 65,000 pounds of trash in 4.5 years. Unfortunately, due to unforeseen circumstances, Mike and Karen are not able to join us this evening. They were both really sad to miss this, and they had recently shared with us that their love of nature calls them to engage in conservation activities, and having so many like-minded people join their efforts has been really rewarding. They passed along their appreciation for the city's support and would like to thank Mayor Bozen, Council Members Gatto, Voss, and Mandelbaum, and a special welcome, they said, also to Rob Barron. They also thanked Public Works Director Jonathan Gano, Craig Shepard and the Public Works team, Parks and Recreation Director Ben Page and staff, Paul Strom, Tyler Raby, Mike Gall, and Joel Van Rokel. And special thanks to volunteer coordinators Rachel Hainfield and Katie Canton, who, along with others, they said, make things happen. Accepting the award on their behalf is field coordinator Katie Canton, and they are watching via the live stream today too. So for their tireless work removing trash, monitoring water quality, and serving as daily stewards of this land, working towards cleaner water, healthier wildlife habitat, safer recreation, and a more resilient ecosystem for generations to come, please join me in honoring Mike Schaefer and Karen Stiles as our 2025 Friends of the Year. Yes, they're on the live stream, so everyone wave hi. Congrats! Thanks, Katie. Katie will get that to them. The Bridges of Iowa organization bridges resources to community members in need. Their treatment program offers hope and help to clients and provides support for them to recover, rebuild, and reconnect. With a long-term, community-based approach, they work to improve emotional and physical health, repair relationships, secure employment, and lead fulfilling and productive lives. Volunteering with Des Moines Parks and Recreation Weekly provides the opportunity to give back to their community, develop these leadership skills, and explore their passions. This year, Bridges of Iowa volunteers organized and cleaned luminary hike supplies, cleared tree limbs after storms, raked leaves and helped maintain trails, weeded and mulched community gardens, planted mums at the cemeteries, planted and maintained flowers to add beauty at our rose garden and our community gardens, washed flower pots at the greenhouse, maintained cemetery grounds, and winterized the Claire and Miles Mills Rose Garden. The Bridges of Iowa volunteers also helped us to store and prepare the cemetery flags for the season. Their consistent and flexible help for more than a decade has been a great asset to our community. With more than 8,000 hours of service, they've donated more than $219,000 in time throughout the city. We appreciate their dedication and commitment to our parks, trails, and cemeteries. Helping present their award this evening are Council Member Westergaard and Field Coordinator Rachel Hainfield. Accepting the award this evening on behalf of Bridges of Iowa is Kelly Groshala. For their incredible dedication and service, please join me as we honor Bridges of Iowa as our 2025 Volunteer Group of the Year. Keep squeezing, squeeze. Thanks, Zoe. Since 1937, JEO has consistently provided quality engineering consulting services for municipalities across the Midwest. And each summer, they organize an intern project and partner with a community so that interns can get hands-on experience developing a complete set of engineering plans for a real-life project. Each intern team has a senior engineer to mentor and guide them through the design process as they turn their educational knowledge into real-world applications. This year's JEO intern team volunteered with park planner Derek Hansen to complete a construction set and design work for the Raccoon River Trail. Trails are consistently something our residents say they want more of. Their donation helped create future-ready plans to expand our trail system as soon as funding becomes available. Without their help, this may have taken a lot longer to happen. So Derek commented that the JEO volunteers had a high degree of site analysis and exploration. They completed quality research on seed mixes and concrete mixtures and trail alignments for a complex site with many challenges. They even developed different techniques of stormwater management. JEO Consulting Group volunteers donated more than $180,000 worth of time. We are incredibly grateful for their donation and their time and thought and creativity they each poured into developing these plans. Helping present their award this evening are Parks and Recreation Board Chair Jim Bollard, Planning and Development Administrator Daniel Calvert, and Park Planner 3 Derek Hansen. Accepting on behalf of JEO is Danny Sturm, who helped lead their efforts. For their outstanding teamwork developing future plans to help us expand our trail system, please join us in honoring JEO Consulting Group as our 2025 Corporate Volunteer Group of the Year. squish, squish, a little bit more, squish. Linda, come forward. There you go. Great, thank you. Mayor Pro Tem Gatto, council members, Chair Ballard, and members of the Parks and Recreation Board, I will now hand it over to Friends of Des Moines Parks Executive Director Sarah Lohmeyer for our next award.
Good evening, friends. We're gathered tonight to celebrate the extraordinary generosity of individuals, families, and local organizations whose support has strengthened our parks and in doing so enriched the heart of our community. It is a true joy and honor to present the Friends of Des Moines Parks Partner of the Year to the Ruan Family Foundation in recognition of their remarkable commitment to our park system and to the people who rely on these spaces every day. The Ruan family embodies the very best of philanthropy, and their steady, thoughtful support has helped create meaningful new amenities and promote a more welcoming, inclusive experience throughout our parks. The impact of the Ruan family's generosity will be felt for generations. They have not only invested in places to play, gather, and connect, but have inspired so many others to step forward and get involved. Their partnership has been essential in advancing our mission of better parks for a brighter community, and their dedication to a more vibrant city for all shines through in every project they make possible. Over the years, the Ruan family have championed numerous park initiatives, including but not limited to the Fleur Drive medians for our park's golf outing sponsors, the Riverside Bridge Park, Grays Lake Playground and Sprayground, the Reichart Community Recreation Center, the Ewing Park Lilac Arboretum, the Papa John Sculpture Park, Mary Miss Art Installation, and Greenwood Park beautification over the years, and many more. Our very own Park and Recreation Director, Ben Page, reinforces the significance of their partnership, stating, "For decades, the Ruan family has demonstrated an extraordinary commitment to Des Moines through their generosity, vision, and care for our community. Through the Ruan Family Foundation, their support of arts, education, and community well-being has touched countless lives. Their many gifts, most visibly reflected in the beautification of the Fleur Drive medians, the Principal Riverwalk, the Des Moines Botanical Gardens, the Ruan Connector, and the World Food Prize, have transformed everyday corridors into welcoming, vibrant spaces that reflect the pride we share in our city. These investments not only enhance the beauty of Des Moines, but also signal to residents and visitors alike that this is a community that values place, people, and possibility. We are deeply grateful to the Ruan family for helping make Des Moines a more beautiful and inspiring place for all." The late John III and Janice, John and Allison, and Rachel and Ben, you have shown us that when we invest in our parks, we are investing in the health, happiness, and future of our entire community. Your generosity is inspiring, and I'm honored to call each of you a friend. Helping present their award this evening is the Friends of Des Moines Parks Board. On behalf of the Friends of Des Moines Parks Board and staff, it is a privilege to recognize the Ruan Family Foundation as the Friends of Des Moines Parks Partner of the Year and to say thank you for the countless ways you lift up this work. Please join me in offering our heartfelt applause to the Ruan family, whose generosity, dedication, and passion for our park system have left an indelible and lasting mark on our community. Thank you.
John Taylor III has been a huge advocate in keeping our highly trafficked trail system clean. He spends hours, multiple times a week, out on our trails picking up bags and bags and bags of litter. In the past 2 years, he's picked up almost 400 bags, and this doesn't count the many larger items like tires, carts, mattresses that he has coordinated with our staff and other city staff to help remove. John has lived downtown for over 40 years. He is a Drake University graduate and a huge baseball fan. He bikes the trails often and is an avid runner. His first race was the 1982 Dam to Dam, now known as Dam to DSM. And he has now completed 43 of them. This past April, he completed his 30th Boston Marathon. This April, he plans on running his 115th marathon there. He has run a marathon in all 50 states, completed over 100 triathlons, and RAGBRAI at least 25 times. He spends much time on our trails or as a mentor for the Dream Team. After noticing the accumulating trash downtown, he decided to expand his efforts beyond clearing cigarette butts around the library. For months, he tried sliding pieces of trash into a container without touching them. It wasn't easy, but the area looked better. And then one day, Des Moines City Council member Carl Voss received word of what John was doing and suggested that he reach out to us. And in November 2021, John contacted us and he met up with our team for a walk on the trails to talk trash and get some much related supplies, including trash bags, gloves, and a grabber. Having access to a grabber compared to what he had been doing was, as John put it, a game changer. Initially, John began picking up litter between mullets and along the Meredith Trail to Southwest 9th Street. He picked up trash along the trail, under the bridge, and into the woods. He also focused under the 2nd and 3rd Street area and under the MLK Bridge. But his work has expanded over the years to include parts of the new Carl Voss Trail, trails around Grays Lake Park, and more. Wherever there is trash, John can be found. He has found many trash treasures, including chairs, bikes, animals, and more, but it does not deter him. John shared he's met many people while out cleaning, like the Urban Bicycle Food Ministry. He's had people experiencing homelessness help him clean, and the occasional person has tried to offer him money as a reward for his good deeds, but he's declined. And he says he's not in it for the money. He said the most rewarding part of volunteering are the hundreds of thank yous that he has received. In 2025 alone, John donated more than 200 hours. And since he started with us, he's donated more than $47,000 in volunteer time picking up litter. When not volunteering, he loves riding the trails with his wife Peggy or his 5-pound Maltipoo Lucy. For his dedication, passion, and community pride, and the many hours he donates to keep our parks and trails clean and safe, please join us as we recognize John Taylor III as our 2025 Volunteer of the Year. He does pass along his regrets because he could not be here this evening. He is also watching the live stream. So if everybody could wave to him, that would be great. Councilmember Carl Voss and Field Coordinator Katie Canton presented him his award previously, but Councilmember Voss would like to say a few words to John and present him with a golden grabber.
Proud to say that John is one of my trashy friends. We're kind of lucky that John isn't here. He gave me 8 pages of notes, and I'll try to keep it brief. So not only has he gathered up trash, and he contacts Katie to say where the bags are located, and couches, and tires. He's also found a deceased person on the Carl Voss Trail. Can't make this stuff up. He found 2 $50 bills by the Botanical Garden and donated those to the Botanical Garden. He's been mistaken for a homeless person by the Urban Bike Ministry and been offered a burrito and water. Well, if you see John along the trail, be sure to stop him because he has plenty of stories. Just to give you an idea what 383 bags of trash is, that's enough to fill 2 school buses with trash from the entire interior. So we are glad to have John in the Des Moines community. We hope he gets back soon from Florida. But when he does, he'll have this to hang on the wall, his golden grabber. We've declared that he is the GOAT, the greatest of all times, trash gatherer in Des Moines. So thank you.
John did have a speech that he would like me to play too.
Not 8 pages.
No, not 8 pages.
It's been quite an honor being nominated and selected for the 2025 Parks and Recreation Volunteer of the Year Award recipient. I'd like to take this time to give special thanks to a few people. The first shout out goes to Carl Voss, Des Moines City Council at Large member, as he introduced me to Parks and Recreation. In the early days, cleaning, I take a handle and try to slide trash into a bucket. Did not work very smoothly. It was a game changer, thanks to Parks and Recreation, giving me access to a grabber, gloves, and trash bags. My second shout out goes to Dalton Jacobus. He's a neighborhood inspections administrator, Department of Neighborhood Services. When I run across areas too much for me to claim, for example, I find big items like a mattress. I can't pick up a mattress with my grabber. Or one time I found a bicycle hanging off the University Avenue Bridge, directly over the bike trail. I would notify Dalton, and he would either post a sign in the area or send crew out to remove the items. Finally, I'd like to thank Rachel and Katie, as they always helped whenever I needed new supplies, or on occasion, replace a broken grabber. Not to mention the cheerful folks at the front desk and the security guard always welcome me as I enter the building.
Thank you, John. Bridget Krause arrived here from Germany in 1968, over 57 years ago. She was married to Mike Krause, and together they raised 3 amazing children. Tonight, we honor her extraordinary dedication, generosity, and long-standing service to our Parks and Recreation Department. Since beginning her volunteer journey with us almost 17 years ago, she has become an indispensable part of our community and a shining example of what it means to serve with heart. Holly Hallman, volunteer coordinator, shared that Bridget plays a vital role in our transplanting in the tropics program and is the trusted go-to volunteer in our greenhouse. She arrives unfailingly with a warm smile, a positive attitude, and often a story that brightens everyone's day. Her enthusiasm is contagious. She has inspired others to join our volunteer efforts, turning work into uplifting and social experiences. Colt Stevens, greenhouse tech, who couldn't be here tonight, said, everyone that comes through the greenhouse always seems to remember Bridget. I don't know if it's her enthusiasm or the take charge attitude she brings to the table. Regardless, I know I can count on her to help make sure the transplanting gets done correctly. And she will often address issues before I've even discovered them. If I'm ever in a pinch and need some additional help, she's always there with a smile on her face and ready to get to work. Beyond the greenhouse, Bridget is always trying to make others feel welcome and included. The Golden Thread Society, a group she also volunteered for, helped create hundreds of hats for kids at our community recreation centers. She spent many holidays handing them out and helping us at our Toys for Tots holiday parties. You would think that the toys are the kids' favorite part of the night, but so many kids told us their favorite part was getting to pick their very own hat. No matter if it's here, working at our snowball, or at any of our special events, Bridget brings joy and happiness. Her giving doesn't stop there. For years, Bridget helped green up our community through programs such as Earth Day Trash Bash and Upcycle. Here, she was able to not only help us, but the Blank Park Zoo, her other favorite volunteering spot. I'm not sure what she loved most, chatting away while cutting out invasive plants in the name of conservation, giving it to the zoo for food and fun for the animals, or the Confluence Brewing social hour afterwards with us, where she'd get to hang out and have a beer with old friends and new. Side note, there is a local Iowa beer inspired by Bridget's mother. It's her mother's German lager recipe, so you'll have to ask her about that later. It's not just the greenhouse, the golden threads, or the community center, or the zoo that counts on her. Last year, after an EF1 tornado destroyed part of our cemetery, Bridget got together with her friends and headed out to help with cleanup. And throughout the year, she and her friends adopted a block to care for too. She's volunteered to place flags for the 9/11 Tribute Trail and Memorial Day, and lays wreaths to honor veterans in winter. As that song goes, winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call and she'll be there. Bridget is the friend everyone needs, which is perfect because most recently she started coming to help with our new adapted sports program designed to accommodate children with disabilities or chronic health issues. Her kind, warm, and helpful demeanor creates an inclusive and welcoming environment. She helps ensure all children can participate and experience the joy recreation can bring. She's made quite a few friends who give her lots of hugs. If there is a volunteer project to be done, Bridget is the first to raise her hand. Her willingness to help is boundless, and her impact is felt by every person she encounters. Chris Eccles, Blank Park Zoo's Chief Engagement Officer, shared Bridget is so deserving of this award. Bridget is dependable, hardworking, and makes a difference for the community and the natural world. I know when Bridget shows up with her pals, Nola and Zosh, we are going to have fun and share some laughs. Congratulations and thank you for your service, Bridget. And Colt Stevens from Des Moines Parks and Recreation shared, congratulations on this Lifetime Award, Bridget. It is well deserved, and you are an absolute joy to have as a volunteer. Thank you for all the work you've done over the past 9 years that I've had the privilege to know you. I look forward to seeing you back at the greenhouse this spring. Overall, Bridget has volunteered for almost 17 years and donated over $25,000 in time. But more than her time, she's left an indelible mark on our entire department, and she's left a mark on me too. Helping present her award this evening are Mayor Pro Tem Gatto, Parks Manager Mike Gall, Parks Superintendent Julie Hempel, and Field Coordinator Holly Hallman. For her inspiring spirit, extraordinary dedication to the entire Des Moines Parks and Recreation Department, and her impact on our community, please join me in celebrating and honoring Bridget Krause with our 2025 Lifetime Achievement Award. Bridget's entourage, if you'd like to come up for a photo too. Yeah, come on up. All right. Come on up. She wants you up there in the photo. better. Thank you so much. Congratulations, Bridget. Before we end this evening, thank you to our Director, Ben Page, Assistant Director, Jenny Richmond, and Executive Assistant, Rebecca Lynn Hart, for their help tonight and throughout the year. And to our City Communications team, and Zoe for taking pictures, and Allie, David, all of them for working the cameras this evening, and Zoe also for creating our annual volunteer video, which you will see here shortly. I also want to thank my incredible dream team, Rachel, Holly, and Katie. I am so blessed to work with a fun, supportive group. We're only able to engage our community to this level because we have an incredibly passionate Parks and Recreation team. Without all of them, Parks, Recreation, Planning, and Administration, our entire department, this wouldn't be possible. Mayor Pro Tem, council members, Pro Tem Gatto, council members, Chair Baller, members of the Parks and Recreation Board, honorees, thank you so much for your volunteer service and your continued support of our city, our department, and our volunteers. I cannot say it enough. Our volunteers continue to be the heart of our community, connecting us together through their service. Once again, we thank each of our award winners tonight, and all of our volunteers will leave you tonight with highlights from the past year, and we look forward to an amazing 2026.
Thank you,
and
Kelly.
celebrate.
I was just going to say, as you can see, that wraps up our ceremony, but our volunteers are truly inspiring, and we wouldn't be able to meet our mission without them. So I want to thank you all for being a part of tonight and let you on to finish your evening as the board gets to go back to business here. So there's a party afterwards, right, Sarah? Where's Sarah at?
Yes, hopefully you're able to join us at the Embassy Club downtown for some refreshments and snacks. So you can head straight over there. They're ready for us.
So on behalf of the board, I want to thank all the volunteers and congratulations on your awards, and thanks to all the volunteers who aren't recognized but who help make our city a great place to live, work, and to play. And with that, I'll take some motion for adjournment. Second. We stand adjourned. Congratulations.